Okay, this is time and place for the City Commission meeting on October 4th, 2021 at 5:30. Roll call, please.
Smith.
Here.
Weinrich.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Robish.
Present.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda approval. Do we have some items to put on the agenda to add to the agenda tonight? I believe Commissioner Robish, you have one.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to allow the appointment of Carly Keefe to the Community Improvement Committee, and that would be a 3-year term, I believe. Carly Keefe, and I want to thank her and everyone else for their volunteer position.
And it's Carly Keefe.
Carly Keefe.
That'll be added on consent agenda 47 would be the one. Any other agenda additions tonight? Seeing none, we'll go to public forum. Pardon me, I'm sorry, I need a motion to approve agenda approval.
Move approval of agenda with the amendment.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second on that. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Here.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, now we'll go to public forum. Public comments may be sent to our live meeting broadcast on the city's YouTube channel. This link is used as the city's website at www.hursd.com/citygovernment. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account with your YouTube and Gmail or use your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is limited to the maximum of 3 minutes per person. And we have our HR Director, Nathan Hofer, on the computer in the back of the room. If you have some questions you want to email through that Gmail or YouTube to Nathan, and he would get us to us, and we'll try to answer your questions tonight online, or right here today. So with that, do we have some people with public forum here tonight? Yes, sir, come on up to the podium, please. State your name and your address.
Troy Steyer, the address, my business address, 201 Market Street East.
Okay, thank you, Troy. What can we do for you?
I wanted to talk about snow removal on Market Road. Being that it's a new business, a new storefront and stuff, what has been going on for years, I believe, is the snow has been pushed to the sides at that area. 2 blocks to the west is where they plow to the middle and pick it up. I was hoping to be able to get the area, the block in front of my store, pushed to the middle and picked up, instead of pushed to the side.
What's your address?
The address is 201 Market Street East.
Okay.
And Mr. Mayor, I don't know if you wanted, he did approach me last year when I was the commissioner there, and I spoke to Bob with the streets department, and I really believe he sent you an email here too, just as a follow-up, because we knew you were still worried about it. The feeling from the street department is that that is beyond the range that we currently do that type of snow removal. There's a few certain blocks because of the downtown snow removal that we plow that way and pick up, and so again, the statement from Bob was just that we want to be cautious about extending that out, because there are a lot of areas of town that would rather have the city come and plow it to the middle and pick it up rather than just have it plowed to the side of the road. So last year when it was, because the request from Mr. Steyer came in last year as well, so and so that was the response that we gave to him at that time, was that it was just beyond the range of what they felt comfortable because of the expense and the time of adding on not only that block, but then potentially the precedence it would have for adding more blocks on. So that's some of, kind of what we talked about then. So.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, it was unknown if it'd be approved and for me to come here and go from there.
Okay. We'll take it on advisement,
Okay,
talk with Bob, and we'll go from there.
okay. Will somebody contact me then, or?
Yeah,
Or do you want to follow?
Yeah, we'll follow up with her.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
you're up, Bob. Name and address, Bob.
Howard Bolt, 570 Fifth Street, Southwestern Huron, Scoutmaster of Boy Scout Troop 151. And for those who don't know, we're doing Boy Scout Troop is doing the drive-through Christmas light show, starting the weekend after Thanksgiving, up until the first weekend of the New Year. And what we're looking at as a backup system possibly is building on the parking lot next to the road, a 16 by 20 foot building, temporary, it's just gonna be made out of petitions, to set up a Santa's workshop on the golf course down there parking lot. And set it up so that when we have our Santa come out and hand out candy canes to the kids and stuff like that, that not only those persons, the other volunteers and the scouts have a place to come in and warm up. We're also gonna make picture windows in there and make it look like Santa's workshop. Christmas tree, tables with toys on it, stuff like that. And so, I had talked to Brian earlier about doing that. And we were looking at as early as we could, if that's the plan right now, if we can use the RV park lots on the Memorial Park, we'll use those. But I talked to Parks and Recs today, and they said,
Yeah.
like everything else, the weather depends on that, they could have campers down there for hunters. So that's why I thought, okay, if we can't use that at that time, can we use this? And so, just trying to make sure I'm covered on all of this. So the Boy Scouts or the troop has a place to put their stuff together and then set our displays out and stuff. And that would be a big help. So that's
Okay. Yeah.
just the way.
Have you had an opportunity to talk to our park and rec person?
I just talked to him.
Yeah. So he's
about
aware of it.
3 hours ago.
He's aware of it.
Yes.
All right. Yes, sir.
I would like to just throw this in because we talked last month at our Community Improvement Committee meeting about this project. And so I want to officially invite you tomorrow night to our meeting, if you have more information for us. We meet at 5:30 at the campus center, at the Parks and Rec
Oh, okay.
office.
Parks and Rec Summit,
Yes,
5:30.
yes,
Yes, I can be there.
okay. So, okay,
We normally don't make a decision on public forum. But yes, sir.
So this, you're talking about the parking lot for Memorial, down where that shed is, area is. When does Memorial Park close? Like, when do we?
Generally, the effective closing on the golf courses is November 1.
And is that, when did you say you want to be setting up?
Be in November, well, you.
Well, I'd like to have, if we could do the building, I'd like to have the building, start assembling that prior to that. That's where we're gonna be taking our light displays, like the Santa Clauses and the snowmen and the Christmas bells, and putting lights on them and setting them out to be ready for display, is out of that deal. And Boy Scouts, we meet at the Armory, but of course with the National Guard, they don't want a bunch of Christmas displays on their floor. So we're running out of places and spaces to put this together. And so we're looking at, as early as possible, putting that makeshift building together to have, decorate our displays and put them out on the lawn when that officially opens up for us to head out there.
And I wouldn't anticipate, I mean, that's a pretty big parking lot, and there's not, it shouldn't be a problem to use it. Unless there's something, another unknown event that I'm unaware of going on down
So
there.
just if he's there before November 1st, we'd want still some of the parking kept open for,
Right, yeah.
Well, that's my goal. I'd build as close as the road, I guess. I wouldn't interfere with anybody wanting to come in and park up at the golf course and do their golfing.
thank you.
During the time that you're gonna be down there, it snows, they're gonna plow you in. If you're next to the road, they're gonna come through there to plow, they're gonna have to plow it so you can drive cars through that, they'll plow you in.
Right. And I've got some parents that have, well, some of the parents in my scout troop work for John Deere type machinery, and they've said, I'm sure we can talk to the bosses there and go over the payloader and
Okay.
scoop it out. So that's been brought up within the troop, and I've got backup plans to my backup plan, I hope.
I personally don't have a problem with it, so.
It's it's gonna be a great event for the city.
Yeah, I think so too, you know, in my conversation with Robert, this afternoon, he's already done a lot of homework to get it organized.
Like I say, we don't normally make a decision in public forum, but we can do it on this one, so, thank you.
But if you can make tomorrow night, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll write it down. Thank you.
You bet.
No other questions?
Nope,
Thank you for hearing me.
you bet.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good deal. Okay. Now I have,
Yeah.
Commissioner Weinrich has.
I have
some
one
forum.
public service announcement. This message is to inform the citizens that Custer Avenue Southeast will be closed near 3rd Street Southeast Wednesday morning, October 6th. It should be open for traffic Thursday morning, October 7th. The closure is needed to complete the sanitary sewer main installment at the Vantage Business Park. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
All right, thank you. Any other public forum tonight?
Mayor, if
Yes.
I may?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't preload this, but I spent the day, I was fortunate enough to spend the day out at the golf course as a scorekeeper, or a marker as they're called in the tournament, for the State AA Boys Golf Tournament. And that will conclude tomorrow with the final round. And if you get a chance and you're interested in golf, it's a great event just to go out and see our state's top golfers compete. That's out of Broadland Creek Golf Course. So if you get a chance and think about it, it's a good place to go.
Thank you, Brad. Seeing nothing else, we'll move on to proclamation for the National Fire Prevention Week, October 3rd to the 9th. I have a proclamation here that I will get up and I'll invite Ron to come up and
I'm gonna use Ron's phone.
All right, here we go. Proclamation for National Fire Week Prevention. The City of Huron, South Dakota is committed to ensuring the safety and security of those living and visiting Huron. And whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at greatest risk from fire. Whereas how fire has killed more than 2,770 people in the United States in 2019, according to the National Fire Protection Association. And the fire departments in the United States respond to 339,500 home fires. And whereas smoke alarms sense smoke well before you can alter your danger to the event of the fire, in which you may have little as 2 minutes to escape safely. And whereas smoking alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires in half. And whereas residents should ensure everyone in the home understands the sounds of the alarms and knows how to respond. And whereas smoking alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires in half. And whereas Huron's first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fires injuries through prevention and protection of education And whereas the 2021 Fire Prevention Week theme, Learn the Sounds of Fire Safety, effectively serves to remind us how important it is to learn different sounds of smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. And now therefore resolved, I, Gary Harrington, Mayor of the City of Huron, South Dakota, do hereby proclaim October 3rd through the 9th of 2021 Fire Prevention Week. Throughout the city, and I urge all people of Huron to learn the sounds of fire safety for the Prevention Week 2021, and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the fire and energy emergency services. And whereas that there I have a hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Huron to affix in this 4th day of October in the year 2021. So, with that, we need it.
We don't need it. Good job, thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
And just kind of a current statistic, 2020, there was 5 fire deaths in the state of South Dakota. As of today, there's currently 4 residents in South Dakota that, so we're gonna start our fire prevention week at the school starting tomorrow morning, doing 2nd grades, and it'll be Wednesday, Thursday into the 2nd grade in the school district, finishing up, I believe, with Holy Trinity, and they've got James Valley also. So the guys will be out doing their video and handing out the goodies.
Last year it was, when he spoke about this fire prevention, it was, when they were talking about fires in our kitchens. And grease fires and stuff in our kitchen, well, 2 days later, we had the grease fire downtown.
Next day.
Next day.
It was the next day.
Next day we had, what was the name of our?
Los Compadres.
Austin Project group, yeah. So, hopefully we don't have any of that action tonight.
Then while I'm still on the proclamation, I should have got it for public forum. Just letting the commission know, we are having a job fair for our part-time volunteer firefighters on Friday, the 15th at 7 p.m. at the North Fire Station. Trying to do recruitment. South Dakota has 91.8% of volunteer fire departments. And like 4.8% of that are mostly volunteer, which we fit into with our combination department. On a national average for the fire departments being volunteer, we're about 70%. So we're 20% above the average in South Dakota with our volunteer firefighters. We're looking for firefighters, so if you know somebody that wants to be a firefighter, we're gonna have our job fair, trying to run an academy program to get people trained and boost our ranks.
I know a lot of them that want to be volunteer fire department, but they're only 5 years old.
Everybody, we all like the red trucks.
We gotta wait a little bit on them, but we're their future though.
Yeah,
Where's our
there
future?
it is. All right, well, thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Appreciate it. Consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion, unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given items. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. 4.1, minutes of September 27, 21 commission meeting. 4.2, fuel quotes for city departments. 4.3, raffles. 1, Huron Get Fit Committee on October 27th at the Huron Event Center. Number 2, Huron Volunteer Fire Department for December 18th at the North Fire Station. 4.4, special event on sale alcohol beverage license filed by La Patrona Mexican Restaurant, 208 Avenue South, for a Halloween woman-only event at the restaurant October 30th. 4.5, personnel items. Recognize Judy West retirement from the part-time solid waste position. Number 2, recognize Troy Merriam's retirement from the volunteer fire position. Number 3 is promote Isaiah Cutter to the park maintenance 2 position. And number 4, request permission to post and advertise for park maintenance 1. 4.6, payment of the bills. And 4.7, add Carly Keefe to the committee improvement committee.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Have a move to approve. Commissioner.
Second.
And a second by Commissioner Rovers. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to bid quotes. 5.1, Dennis, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This is a payment request to Gritter Construction. This is a progress payment for the SBRs, and it's $677,154.60, and we recommend approval.
Okay. Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Baggs?
Second.
Motion, second by Commissioner Weinrich. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Petitions and Communications. 6.1, consider agreement with the Department of Transportation Office of Air, Rail, and Transit for reimbursement to the Huron Regional Airport for eligible COVID-19 costs and authorize the mayor to sign. Need a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Smith, need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Any discussion on this?
Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
can somebody provide some clarity on what this is?
Yes, I can. I have it right here. I knew you were gonna have
Maybe
it.
you can paraphrase it?
That's 4 pages long. Yeah, and what it is, it's called the Caruso Grant, and it is available, as it says here, it is available to Department of Transportation offices, the Air and Rail. And what it is for wages paid during the time, and also for any improvements made on the airport. So this is what they're applying for.
So I think some of the lighting project and wages.
Any improvements, yeah. We just did an improvement, we moved our fuel farm from one area all the way to another area that's more accessible to tankers. Where before, we just had a regular truck come in, now we have tankers sometimes with pumps on them, so we had to get it to an area where they could do it. Funds for this will go towards stuff like that.
And this to apply for the grant.
So we'll get this money, it won't be any matching for us, no, it'll just money
Okay.
coming in. So with that, I need a roll call, any more discussion on that, I'm sorry. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Dennis, you got 6.2.
All right, thank you. This is for the James River Water Irrigation Study that H.R. Green, we want her to do the design or analysis of it. This is hourly not to exceed $24,100. This will be covered out of COVID monies,
Last year's government.
last year's, yep.
Okay, need a motion to approve this item?
Move to approve.
You need a second?
Second.
Mr. Smith, okay. All right, any discussion on this? Seeing none, motion, I need a roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Ordinance and resolutions. We're going to have our city attorney Tucker Valesky speak on this one.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. 771, consider affidavit of vacation in reference to resolution number 51-93. This, as reflected in the minutes, was a resolution passed back in 1993 by the commission to vacate an alley. The resolution was never recorded with the Register of Deeds, so as a matter of the public record, the Register of Deeds would allow the mayor to sign an affidavit with the certified minutes of the meeting attached, which contains the resolution for the vacation of the alley.
City planner, do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, what this stems from is there is currently a sales agreement that has been signed, and as a result of that sales contract, they did what was called an Alta survey, and they discovered this alley, but there is no, as Tucker said, there is no vacation documents, and so essentially the controlling document became a plat dated from 1880. So that was prior to us even being incorporated, so kind of an unusual miss there, but with the affidavit now vacating the alley, once we get that signed and filed, then the sales transaction would be able to go forward, and there could be a potential business located on those two lots.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Tucker. I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Smith, a motion to approve, second, Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Departmental items, 8.1, considering assessing delinquent special assistance assessments against property within the city limits of Huron. And Paul, then our financial, Angie will speak on this.
Thank you, Mayor. These are the delinquent special assessments from our 2013 project. Curb, gutter, and roads is what this is. Assessments are due January 1 and become delinquent May 1. We have to certify to the county for collection as of October 1, so that's what we're asking tonight.
Okay, I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve?
Commissioner Weinrich, Commissioner to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 8.2, we have our police chief here tonight to explain 8.2.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be quick. As of tomorrow, our dispatch center is getting new dispatch consoles. They applied to the state 911 board, received a grant for the consoles. The old consoles are 2007 version of the system. You can't fix them. They're starting to fail anyway, but what we're going to do is surplus them, try to see if we have other PSAPs around the state, that the smaller ones that could maybe use this stuff. But to be quite honest, I wouldn't think they're worth more than $100 or $200, but we're gonna advertise it and see what we can get. And we're gonna appoint an appraisal committee, which is gonna be the commissioner, Lisa McQuethy, our dispatch supervisor, and Gina Small, who's one of the dispatchers with the most tenure behind her. We're just asking the surplus to appoint the appraisal committee and see what we can get instead of just throwing them away.
Okay. Thank you. Need a motion to approve this item.
So moved.
Commissioner Bragg, motion approved. Need a second?
Second.
Commissioner Smith, any questions for the police chief? He ran away. Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 8.3, announcement, the city commission will not meet and city offices will be closed on Monday, October 11th in observance of a Native American Day and Columbus Day holiday. That was that. I guess, do we need a vote on that? Thank you. 8.4, Rich.
A couple quick announcements. The solid waste department rubble site will be closed on Monday, October 11th in observance of Columbus and Native American Day. Monday's garbage, recycling, and grass will be collected on Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. Please have your containers out Tuesday evening as the trucks will not be rerouted. Any questions, please call Solid Waste at 353-8542.
Okay, now 8.5, Rich.
Yep, that was me too, and just another, this will be final reminder that coming up tomorrow, October 5th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we will be having the residential household hazardous waste collection. This again is out at the fairgrounds, by the grandstands at the fairgrounds. And as a reminder, this is a chance for local residents to get rid of hazardous waste, including stains, varnishes, sealers, latex, oil, paints, antifreeze, gasoline, batteries, cleaners, solvents, waxes, and pesticides. Please remember, no explosives or pressurized tanks are allowed. Once again, on this one, if you have questions, call 353-8542, and this is your final notice. This is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the fairgrounds.
All right, very good, thank you, Rich. That's it for the meeting tonight, other than we have